The beach has returned once again at Gill. That started on May 30th and end until June 26th. So now is the perfect time to work on your tan. And remember, this is just west of the Lumbridge Lodestone. So let's make our way over there and see what all there is to do. We have finally reached the beach. Upon entering, you will see two things. At the very top of the screen, it will say Spotlight Plot. In my case, it will be barbecues, in which case you will get more experience, and it will change, I believe, every 15 to 30 minutes. So if you want the maximum experience, you can change depending on whatever that spotlight is. The other thing is you will see a thermostat. If you hover over it, it will say what percent it is currently filled. Once it hits 100%, you will not be able to skill anymore, and you will need to eat an ice cream to reset it all the way to 0. You're able to eat a maximum of 3 ice creams for the day. Then one more thing, the spotlight plot, if it says happy hour everything, your temperature will not increase for that whole hour. So make use of that if you're going for some cosmetic items. Directly south from the entrance, you will see Reyna. Here, you're able to right click, check titles, and then you're able to get a nice little window. So for whichever ones you want to do, it will pretty much say how to unlock it, which is amazing. And in my case, I still need the Lifeguard title, which is to kill Clawdia 50 times. Now you can also right click her and request the Sandy Clue Casket, which this is highly suggested to do in free-to-play worlds because you can keep destroying the clue. It will save the clue step progress on it. And then pretty much you just want to do clues that are within the beach location, and that is the best way to do it. But you want to open those caskets in a member's world, if you are a member. And while opening it, you will get medium casket clue rewards, which does count for your collection log, which is amazing. And next up, if we go north, it will be the grill. In my case, I did have someone that was supposed to be here, but because he did need his tan after all, so I don't know where he went. You don't want to end up like Steve, who was supposed to be in the background, but I'm not even sure. He did need a tan after all, so hopefully he does make his way back to the beach. At the 45-minute mark, Clawdia will spawn in the middle of the pool, in which case you can attack her, and hopefully you're able to kill her within the 5 minutes. Afterwards, she will despawn. And don't worry about dying, because you will not be able to be killed by her. When you do kill her, she will give you some rewards in your inventory, so hopefully make room. And remember that you do have to kill 100 Clawdias just for that title progress unlock. Well, anyway, as I was saying, to the north, you're able to get cooking experience from this location, so if you want, you could do this, although it's not really suggested because you're losing out on real food if you were to cook it, so it's not really a popular plot. Next up will have to be my boy Sheldon, in which case this is a store to use your oddments that you are able to gain while scaling on any of the plots, because you have access to getting oddments, the 3 evil monkey hats, a monkey mace, the summer, sun, and storm rings, an ice cream cone hat, along with the sunbathe emote unlock. The only issue I have with this is when you buy something, only then it will say which ones you have unlocked. So yeah, it's pretty bad to know which one you have exactly without clicking each and every single one of them. To the north, is a Lifeguard. You can right click title progress and it will tell you how many thermostats you have filled, which remember you're able to fill it up 4 times a day. Clawdia, which spawns every single hour at the 45-minute mark, which I will go over right after this, and to eat 10 ice creams, which you're able to eat 3 every single day. A little bit south will be the most popular one, and that will be the Dungeoneering Hole, in which case you click on it, and your character goes in there, getting you dungeoneering experience based on your level and skills up to level 120 now. The good thing is, while you are doing this, it will fill your thermostat 8% every single time, which is pretty nice as this is the longest amount of time you're able to AFK while at the beach. So if you want the quickest progress through this, pretty much just do the dungeoneering. Although it's not, well, I mean, it's pretty good in my opinion, and this is a popular one for the happy hour as well, since again you can AFK the maximum amount of time here. If we go a little bit to the west, we will see 4 sandcastles. The south one will be the Lombard Sandcastle, then the Wizard's Sand Tower, the Sand Pyramid, and at the very north it will be the Sand Exchange. Right nearby will be the NPC George Foreman, who will summon one of the 4 possible NPCs. So if it's like the Wizard Tower NPC guy, you want to build the Sand Tower pretty much. If it's the Duke of Lumbridge, you want to build the Lumbridge one. If you want to build the Grand Exchange, it will be the Clerk. And for Owen, he will be the Sand Pyramid. And this gives construction experience. Once the bar does fill up, it will change appearance, which is pretty awesome. As it gets better, the details does get better, and then at the last tier, boop, it goes back to the mound. South of us is the main chest, if you do require it, along with the NPC Gill, which luckily, when you go to animations, it will say if you have purchased a slow-mo walk. As for the fun items, it will say the free sandboards. Afterwards, pretty much every single item you do have to click on, figure out if you even have it unlocked or not to use your oddments. We go south a little bit, and he will be Palmer, the NPC. And throughout the whole area, there will be coconut trees, in which case they do go in your inventory, and let's say you have a full inventory. And remember, this does give farming experience. So, let's make our way east. Now that you have the full inventory of coconuts, right here, just south of where Clawdia would normally spawn, you will see a pile of coconuts. You'll just want to deposit and then make your way back. And then remember, there are coconut trees nearby, so if you want, you could just focus on those. I did skip over the skilling portals, which case the ones that are active will be highlighted with a little portal. So depending if you actually want to do minigames or not, this is a good way to teleport to wherever you want. To the east, if you want to work on your little noodle arms, you are able to either get strength experience. So if you want, depending on if you're a peer or not, so you could just say, yes, I want to work on my noodle arms. When you do this, a new mini tab will open up, and there will be 4 stances, and you want to follow the NPC on what they are saying. So lunge is option 2. They will change it periodically, so just make sure to do what they say. And then, like option 3 will be the shoulder fly, even though it just says fly. Option 1 will be curl, and option 4 will be the raise. So if you want to work on those noodle arms, now is the perfect time to do this for that beach body that you do want at the moment. South of us will be Flo. Now she does accept room coins, so if you want, you could buy bond or even room coins themselves for the 3 rewards. The price is up to you. Right here will be Sarah and her little hook of ducks. This does give hunter experience. You can also right click it, examine, and then it does say, there we go, it gives you hunter experience, in which case your player does attempt to get an awesome, I missed it. So I mean, it's pretty interesting to watch, really. It's like, oh, yes, I finally got one. And then it just keeps failing, which I find pretty interesting. Now from last year, they did remove the option for when you were able to right click it before. You could do the normal, advanced, and then expert, which was pretty much like a fail chance of increasing it if you wanted to go for the weird title. That was to catch 5 ducklings in a row. Now, to the north, luckily, you don't need to do the farming plot for this because there will always be coconuts, but it will be the coconut shy. Here, it gives range experience, so peers, be careful. Pretty much the same thing. Your player will be knocking over the coconuts with a little bouncy ball. In which case, again, if you knock over 5 in a row, you will unlock a title. And, I mean, I don't even know how good, ooh, I just threw a big one right there. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. You could watch it. Now the last one will have to be the fishing plots. And this is pretty much all the way to the east. And remember, from all the skilling plots, you do have access to getting the correct skilling pets. And you do not need bait for this. They will go to your inventory, and they do not stack. Granted, it does seem that this is very slow experience, and that's because, like, it's really fishing. You're not guaranteed to get it all the time unlike all the other ones. Now, once you do have a full inventory, you want to speak to the nearby NPC and then just hand in all your fish. With that, thank you all so much for watching the guide on all the new events and previous events that we have gotten at the summer beach event. And again, it started on May 30th and ends on June 26th. So with that, thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, as it really does help